Welcome to Journey JavaFX. This is the season 1, episode number 8. Sorry, already lost counted. In this episode, we are going to talk about alerts. Like the little pop-up window. If the program feels like something goes wrong, it will alert the user. I'm trying to make it more smart, but yeah, you get the idea. All right, let's start into it. Here is the notes for episode 8. To make our application slightly more smart, we need to cover some bases, right? For example, say following up with the last episode, we create a folder, right? So to create a folder, the scenarios I can think about is like, okay, what if the folder is already there? In that way, it means we shouldn't create it because it's already there, right? But for some reason, when I tested in previous episode, I found, the second time recreation, it doesn't fail. Probably by default, that method is kind of, smart enough to say, oh, it's already there, then just quit. Maybe it's just, erase whatever is there and create a new one. So I don't want to go too far for that, method, but here I prepare a few scenarios, right? Say if the folder is already there, just alert and quit. Don't do anything, right? We don't want to erase it, create a new one. What if we have stuff inside a folder and by doing this, like a mistake, and then we lost all the stuff we saved in there, right? So we want to prevent that from happening. The second scenario is more like, what if the subfolder name, it doesn't follow the way I design it, then just quit. It's more like, for now, I can think about one. What if the episode number is kind of 3 character long? Because in that way, it's not showing enough information, right? So it must be greater or equal to 4, right? It's more like right now I'm using season 1 S1. It's gonna take 2 columns, right? 2 characters. And episode 1 is more like E1, so total we have 4 episodes, 4 character long. And then in the future I may have episode 10, so it's gonna be 5 character long, right? So 5 character long, it makes sense. But if I have a 3 character long for this episode number, then it doesn't make sense, right? So in this way, we need to have a kind of alert and say, no, I don't like your episode number, working on it and do again, right? Something like that. And also we want to cover all our bases. What if there is other scenario? Then we want to say, all right, looks like something is wrong, but the application is not that smart to tell what exactly went wrong, right? So we want to have this kind of scenarios. To make it happen, it's quite simple. Let me just save my notes to the share folder by clicking save. Looks like good. And then, yeah, we're gonna keep working on the code from last time. So before we actually create it, like this one, right? We need to do some test. Make sense? So the first one, we're gonna test if the folder exists. To do it is quite simple. We are still using this files library. The first one, we're gonna use the exists. Let's do a quick documentation stuff. Control Q. So basically, it's talking about testing if a folder or file exists. And also the parameters is asking for, Control P is asking for a path, right? So then we're gonna use the same one, which is the path we created from last episode. We're gonna do it in here. Oops. All right, something like this. And we're gonna wrap it into a if, right? If this thing exists, or we can print it out as p and see what exactly this one is giving us, right? Something like this. I'm gonna erase this one and comment out this. Let's run it, test it. It's true. You see, it gives us a Boolean type, either true or false, true or false, right? On and off, 1 and 0, as simple as that. All right, so we're gonna wrap it into a if files dot exists path, right? If this one is true, we're gonna do this. Else, if, or else, something like this. It's more like if the path is already there, we're gonna make a alert. For the alert, the little pop-up window is quite simple. It's a alert type. For this one, we're gonna say alert arrow, okay, equals to alert new alert, and in this one we need to pass in the type, alert type, this dot arrow. Just take a closer look of what actually this thing is. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, it's more like we are creating a new instance of alert type. Alert type, just imagine, is a pop-up window, right? We just created, but we are not showing it yet. And for this alert type, it's like arrow. Arrow is more like, yeah, we will see it exist. So if the file exists, then we're gonna say alert arrow dot set content text. For this one, it's more like what kind of information we want to show on that little pop-up window. Make sense? We're gonna say, yeah, say the folder exists. I'm quit. All right, something like that. Once we end up this, we're gonna say alert arrow dot show and wait. I prefer this one. I will show you what's the difference between show and wait. It's quite simple. Okay, so for now, I think we can erase this because no need for now. All right, let's kill it. Run again. Let's go back to our folder view. This we see, you know, this one is already there. When I click on this button, I'm expecting a arrow pop-up. Yeah, it pops up, arrow. I guess, you know, I didn't go too deep about this kind of alert. If we choose alert type dot arrow, it's more like a, you know, we have a red colored cross, whatever, showing up on it. So, and here is the you know, the message we set to, you know, give a feedback to the user. Yeah, in this kind of I mean, at this moment I put in this, the folder exists, I'm quit, you know. So when I click OK, yeah, the process will end. The process will end, right? That's quite simple. Let's just do one more logic test about, you know, the file name part, right? My rule is, say if the episode number length is less than 4, then it's not valid, right? As simple as that. To do that, we're gonna say else if, say the length, the command is okay, we can utilize this. Oops, we're gonna put it here. If string episode number dot length less than 4, then we're gonna say alert arrow dot set context and say episode number must be 4+ long. All right, and then we're gonna do this alert arrow dot show. Yeah, it's pretty hard to demonstrate what's the difference. It's more like, you know, if we have a longer process, say we gotta do 100 things, right? And we have to do them one by one. And if I choose show, it means something goes wrong, but the whole process will go through, right? But sometimes we don't want it like that, right? We want to kill it when we see the issue. We don't want it to go keep continue the following like steps, right? So if we choose show, it will go through all the way to the end. If we choose show and wait, it means we have a chance to to stop it, right? Yeah. If I figure out a better way to demonstrate this, I will show you. Okay, so now we adding one more testing, right? To show if this work. We're gonna run it. Okay, so for now we know. For now this one is old last time. How about we put it like this, right? Make it one character, like short. When we test it, all right, we got another arrow and the episode number must be 4+ long. So it's working. So now we're gonna create another one, right? So in this way, it will create a new one without any issue. Once we go back to the folder view, oh, I commented out. Yeah, that's why it doesn't work. All right, kill it. And it's in let's like this. Let's do else if just to cover up our base, you know, dot length greater equal to 4. Then we're gonna do this. It's more like, okay, if the episode number is good, we're gonna just you know, like do it. To be more secure, I would add one more thing, just like this. It's only for demonstration. It's not a, you know, and because we have a 2 logic test, right? And also like this, put a you know, this thing in front of it. It means not, you know, take the opposite value of this. It means if the file exists, we're gonna end up here showing an arrow, and if the you know, episode number is less than 4 long, it will end up here. And this is more like, okay, once we make sure the folder doesn't exist and also the episode number is greater equal to 4 length, then it's good. So yeah, we know that will exactly happen, right? And then we're gonna say file.create, something like this, plug it in. Yeah, but I mean the logic, it may not make sense. We can say like else to cover all of that, right? But it's only for the demonstration. I'm trying to finish the whole season today. Don't have enough time to figure out, you know, all the details. But here is only for the demonstration purpose. And then we want to show a alert. Say, you know, it's good. So this in this round we don't want to see arrow. We want to see a slightly better looking one. Let's say info. Okay, it's new alert type dot info. From this pop-up window, you can see there are a lot of options for this little pop-up window. I guess if we use this confirmation thing, we will have multiple like buttons other than only one button, you know, So once we have more, we can choose yes, cancel, or abort, something like that. But for now, just using information, because this one we just want to show some information. And then say alert dot info dot set content text. Say all right, subfolder created. And to make it a little bit more fancy, we can say something like this: subfolder okay, say string. Okay, how about we just output the whole thing? Okay, all right, just make it easier for me. Create it. Okay, and then we're gonna show this one: alert info dot show and wait. All right, so now we will have some feedback when this application is working. We know, all right, something happened. We don't need to go to the folder to take a look at it, something like that. I hope in this way it's making more sense. Let's run it. Okay, let's do all of them again. Yeah, I quit. It's already there. Let's make it shorter. Test it. No, I'm not happy. Episode number must be 4+ long. And then now we have to create a new one. And then say test it. Great, we got a message. No more red cross, right? And also it shows like this, the folder or whatever is created. It's not the best looking. Let me just try to make it a little better. The folder, okay, let's just code it, right? So we know exactly has been created. All right, test it again. So now when we go to our folder, we will see the E2, which is the new one, right? And then we're gonna say E2, expecting an error, already there, I'm quit. And then we're gonna say E3, great, all right, folder, this kind of thing, it's inside of the brackets. It's easier to tell for the user. And then has been created. Oh, great. Going, look at there. Okay, let's do one more. It's preparing for the next episode. Test it. Great. E4 created. It's there. All right. So for now, we have finished all the behind the screen work for this new button, right? So now it means we can put the new into action. How to do it? Very simple. One simple copy paste. That's it. Okay, we put whatever the stuff we are testing inside of this test button. So now we just copy paste it or cut it, and then come to this button new on action. Remember, we just created through the sim builder. So now I just copy paste here, and just to take a final review. Everything looks fine beside this line. Why? Because this one has the potential opportunity to throw a IO exception, right? So then we just add a method signature. Right now we have this in the method line, whatever. So we are okay to go. So for now, we just tested for the one last time. Well, it's the first time for the new button. Run it. When we click on this, nothing happened because totally empty here, right? But this one will work. S1E8, it's already there. I'm quit. And then let's say one letter short. Yeah, I don't like it. Must be 4+ long. All right, let's create a new one. I guess it's 5, right? Okay, the 5. Great, create it. Look at that. Okay, it's very simple, right? Not too hard. All right, I will stop this episode here. Yeah, hopefully I can complete the whole thing today. Looking forward to it. That was my plan. I'm dedicated to it. All right, thank you for watching this. I'm gonna see you in the next one.